Okay, the next stage is to start to draw the basic outline of your fish. So we're going to use reference points for this to help you plan out and plot out the shape. Okay, so this fish is an angel fish. It's very round and very circular. So the main shapes are obviously the circle for the body, and then we've got quite triangular fins around the body as well. Okay, so the grid's going to really help you get things in the right place and the right proportion. Okay, and what's good about the photocopy and the grids is that you can start to actually look at here and look at the outline, and even just use your pencil to start to investigate and think about the shapes that are there. Okay, so we're going to start with the main body, the main outline. So again, just make sure you are finding where that starts along the line and start to plot out each section. So again, we've got just this curve here for the body. We're going to do the fins last. Make sure you've got enough space there, so we need some space for the fins as well. And just start to plot out with your reference points here and here the shapes that you can see. Okay, so just for this first box, we're going to think about that shape. Now, it might be useful just to turn your sketchbook round while you sketch out the shape. Now, to sketch out, I want you to try and hold your pencil a bit further back. That just helps you get some sweeping, loose, sketchy marks, and it helps you get those curves as well. Okay, so again, thinking about this, just this one line here. Okay, you're going to start at the top, and it's quite a wide, curvy shape. Think about taking your pencil for a walk by just sketching bit by bit. Now where the nose is here, it's a little bit straighter, so it's your observational skills to help you plot out the shape that's there. Okay, you're going to move on to the second box and exactly the same. Think about where that space goes. So we need room for the tail, and again think about your grid lines. We're only going up to here, so this is going to be over here on your fish. And again, just sketch out and really sweep round to get these lovely curvy shapes. Okay, and you're going to follow that all the way around by marking off. Remember, you need space in the background for the fins and the tail. Okay, and again, we've got the width of the tail here as well. And just again, really examine and check the shape. So we're observing the shape, we're planning how we're going to draw it before we draw it. And just look at your image while you're drawing to help you get that accuracy. Okay, finally over here we've got the bottom section. So the nose of the fish goes underneath that grid line, and then again we're thinking about it curving down, and we're bringing that shape underneath. Okay, the tail of the fish, think about the space that's there. You're going to just go above your grid lines, and again, as long as you're checking and using your reference points, we've got a bit of an S shape there. So just really take that time to look and plot out the shapes that you can see. Okay, right, for the fins, there's a really good way for you to get the detail in. You can again plot out where they start, so again use your reference points, mark them off, and they do go right up to the top. A really good way to do this is actually just to sweep round and draw yourself a little bit of a template. The fins at the top here are quite curvy. On this side they're quite straight, aren't they, and actually go from big to small. So again, just investigate and find out where they stop. And over this side they're actually quite straight. So at the moment I've just got a little bit of a guide, a bit of a template to put them in. Now to draw them in, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to start to draw them, and they are quite curved. So if you just start with 6 curves, because you've got this shape here, they are going to actually get bigger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now when you look at these, that you actually have some gaps between the fins at the top, and they just curve down to the next fin that's beneath them. So you actually just need to curve down, curve down, curve down, all the way until you've got your 6 fins. Okay, you can obviously go back later and you can rub out the frame that you've got there. On the other side, again, have a look. These are quite webbed. They go from big to small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can see the lines. Okay, and just get them in. They curve round to this side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, while you're investigating, you can see that they're quite webbed and they're connected together. So you're going to start to just web them together like that. Okay, and then you have the fins. The last sections we need to do are just these fins here. Again, here we can see quite a triangular shape and there's a little gap there, isn't there? So a really good way of getting this in is actually thinking about this line here and how it connects to the tail. So if you actually just sweep round this shape, you can get the fin at the back here just by drawing it in. So we've just done a curve and we're just curving this line here. So there's lots of sorts of connected shapes just to help you to get the basics there. Okay, and the last sections we have are the fins at the bottom. So we're going to just carefully plot them out. As we're going to be using pen on these, you can rub out the sketchy lines later on. And just try and make sure you fit in the shapes that are on at the bottom and this final fin at the front here. Okay, the last bit of detail we need to add in is the eye detail here. And again, if you look at that, it's quite straight. So it's connected to the fins here. You can start to plot it out by adding this stripe in. It slightly curves, doesn't it? And just bring that down here. We've then got the eye. So if we look at where it is, for me it's just on the line. And to draw the eye, you want to draw a bigger circle, so we're going to sketch that out, a smaller inner circle, and then we've got a little shape in the middle. To me it looks like a little Pac-Man, so we can see that shape that's there. So I'll just hold this up so you can see it a little bit clearer. You can see that shape. Okay, so you should just have the outline of the fish. The final thing you can start to add on is the detail from the gills that's there. So again, use your reference points and start to plot out the shape. And you've got a little bit of detail in the middle. Try and just draw what you can see and get those shapes in. Okay, and that's the gills. We've got another fin here, that's the last bit of information, the last bit of detail. Think about where that goes to and just draw the basic outline because you will be filling that in later on with